Hello, Capricorn friends. I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my Capricorn September 2024 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. I'm calling the theme of this month for Capricorns blessed success, and you will be very excited to hear all of the lines of energy pointing towards that for you, for us. I have lots of cat placements too, so this is for me as well. And this is for you if Capricorn is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other cat placement you're listening for, what I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And if you're a very late degree Capricorn friend, so birthdays like January 15th through the rest of the sign, or cap degrees like 23 degrees through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Aquarius report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. Okay, so I'm going to move in a systematic manner through the aspects that will be flavoring for a shorter term, and then we'll build up to the ones that will be in effect for a long time, okay? Because we've got a lot of that. This is eclipse season. We do have a full moon lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Pisces on September 17th, and another one October 2nd, Libra, 10 degrees, new moon, solar eclipse. So we are in the heat of eclipse season now, major trajectory shifts, major drama for better and worse, major endings, major beginnings, and just a time of general intensity, certainly among, if not one of the most intense months of the year. Plus, we have something else to talk about, which is very important, involving some very important dates. Okay, so let's just go in order. When I look at the chart, the first most noteworthy thing that I see is that there is a ton of energy in Virgo. We've got Vesta, the Sun, Estrella, Mercury will get there, the new moon on September 2nd at 11 degrees. All of this is in earthy, grounded, practical, health and animal and work-focused Virgo. This energy brings meticulousness and discipline, a desire for reorganizing, revamping, and getting back to the basics and getting tedious stuff done. Now, few people know how to get stuff done the way Capricorns do, right? And we share that with the Virgo energies because the earth signs, that's just kind of what we do. So whenever there are earth transits, that means we get a trine with our placements. So a trine is the most favorable aspect in all of astrology, and I like to call it a kiss. It's a kiss from each of the planets that are making this aspect that can bring vitality to us. We've got Vesta bringing kisses for home and family, and our radiant light torch, basically what it is that makes us most excited. We've got the sun, which amplifies everything and adds light to places where we need it, and amplifies, to show us places where we need more focus. We also have the new moon, and this energy is September 2nd. This is 11 degrees. This is a new chance for new beginnings in any of these arenas. It's time to make your new moon wishes for anything involving pets or animals, anything involving your workspace or your office or your business or your daily routine or your health or your wellness, a perfect practitioner or a perfect modality that will give you exactly what you need to have a healthier, more fulfilling life. And we know that Cappies deal with a lot of stress from having the burden of many, many things on us and helping many, many people. And so this is a time where your wellness really comes front and center. And you will see, either you will proactively say, oh gosh, I really need to make some positive changes here, or something will happen either to someone you know or something for you that will say, hey, maybe I better make some different decisions here. So hopefully these are graceful for you and me. And but hopefully a word to the wise is sufficient here, that the more proactive you are, hopefully you might not have to be tapped on the shoulder by a problem if you are getting things in gear. So if you do just an analysis and evaluation of your health and your stress management and your lifestyle, and just use this energy to make some positive change, because this is all in the chart where we put Capricorn on the horizon, which is the solar chart. And if it's your rising sign, it will be your natal chart. But either way, this really relates back to your physical body. So, this is a time where you can really redo your relationship with your physical body. Okay, so everyone can get the kiss from that new moon on September 2nd, but those of you near 11 degrees, will give it a 5-degree orb in either direction. So we'll say like 6 degrees through 16 degrees, the closer to 11 degrees, the more you get the kiss from that new moon. That's going to be like December 27th through around the 7th of January. So, and the closer you are to like New Year's Day, the stronger you get that kiss. Now, don't feel left out if you're not in that zone. We have so many Virgo aspects this month, and everybody's going to get kisses at some point. Okay, so lots of goodness for everybody. All right, so now if you are a fan of the charts, I will be dropping them in later. So definitely wait with me till the end, and I will do a visual review of everything that I talked about, along with a summary. And sometimes I remember things that I wanted to say or think of something else to tell you. So you will get other tidbits if you wait along for that. So those Virgo planets, as they are bringing this deepening of focus and penetrating power to have discipline and to do tedious tasks and focus on health and wellness and pets and animals, it's making that most beautiful of all aspects the trine with our Capricorn placements. So this is really exciting. Now, the area of our lives that these Virgo planets highlight, clustered together like this, are the 9th house of Sagittarius. So there's this energy of vision, of visionary efforts, of being on the mountaintop and seeing the bigger picture, of solutions, of expansion, of teaching and learning and long distance travel, of learning languages. And of course, you will hear me talk about this more later when we talk about the Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle for the long-term energies. But in the short term here, there's a tremendous amount of potential and connection to international affairs, teaching and learning, and just basically expanding your horizons in magical ways. And this is a time when the big visions that you have, which is Sagittarius energy, can be lifted by the hard work, discipline, and focus of the Virgo placements. So if you want to learn a language, if you want to embark on an education adventure, if you want to have just a regular adventure, all of this is completely well supported by all of the focus on Virgo, which lights up your 9th house of Sagittarius. And writing and publishing is also, really critical. So making good use of the dates, September 12th through October 7th, the last period free from personal planet retrogrades. If you've got some big vision to pull through, big book to publish or something like that, this could be the combination of the expansive energy of Sagittarius and the detail-oriented energy of Virgo that can come through and create those wonderful outcomes for Caps. Okay, so as the month progresses, the Sun, Venus will already be there, Black Moon Lilith transiting South Node, Star Goddess Juno, all will be in Libra. The energy of Libra is going to be continued as very strong September, October, and we're still in this Aries Libra eclipse cycle that started in early 2023 and will go into the first half of 2025. And we have that eclipse on October 2nd at 10 degrees of Libra. So all of that energy is pointing towards new energy in relationships, new chapters, new people, new stories with the people that we already know, new karmic unfoldment of new and better ways of doing things and ways of relating to people, and more joy and fulfillment in your relationships. So this is going to be very strongly highlighted. So this is a time of major connection. You'll probably be networking, talking to other people online, in person. You might be broadening your friendship circles. You may be with like-minded people who speak your language, either literally or just are on the same side of a vision with you, where you may be collaborating and working with people. Mars is going to be leaving Gemini and will be going into your opposing sign of Cancer. So there'll be a lot of push and pull with your energy because this opposition pulls in two different directions. Again, it's highlighting me versus we. This is a really big time of redefinition of how you do relationships, how you do relationship with yourself, with your physical body, with whoever you pray to, with everybody and everything. And just the nature of relationships is getting unwound and rebuilt. And Mars is going to help. There can be a lot of motivation here especially before Mars goes into retrograde, which we're about to talk about. Um, and there can also be some aggression. There can be arguing. There can be, conflicts that come. But at the same time, this pushing and pulling is moving its way towards accord. So if you are having a conflict with somebody, this could be a time when things flare, but then you ultimately figure out, the solutions. So let's talk about Mars for a second, because that brings me to the most important date sequence that you need to know. September 12th through October 7th is the last period of time free from personal planet retrogrades that we have, not only for 2024, but very well into 2025. Because once we get there, we'll be starting out the year with Mars retrograde, we'll have another Mercury retrograde, we'll have Venus retrograde, and that Mars story lingers so long. So it's not a bad thing. And I actually am one of the queens of retrogrades, and I wrote a book about this called Planetology. I have a lot of my work is focused on retrogrades and how to make the most of them. So I don't want you to fear the retrograde time. There are so many good things that can come from it. And month by month, I will be giving you ideas about how you can best use the energy when we're there. But what's important to know now is that we're not there. And we really need this time, September 12th through October 7th, free from Mercury, Venus, and Mars, which are the personal planets, retrograde or their shadow periods. So we have to, very distinctly define these periods of time. Those dates are when the tides are going out for the last time in a long time. When the tides are going out, it's easier for you to get things that you're trying to launch into the world having a better footing so that they can go far and wide and stay in process for as long as possible. So your big moves, your big decisions, engagements, weddings, moves to a different company, starting of a new business, starting of a new division of your business, anything having to do with just big decisions, contracts, agreements, that will be your best window for the rest of the whole year and well beyond. September 12th through October 7th. And this will be of even more critical importance because as of October 7th, we start sliding into Mercury retrograde shadow period. And yes, the shadow periods are just as powerful, and we need to watch them just as much as the retrogrades. I learned this the hard way. Being an Aries rising, and being, ruled by Mars, when I was learning astrology, I would try to play the game, and my astrology teacher / very good friend, Bridget, would laugh at me, and I'd say, okay, I'm going to, try to get all this stuff done before the retrograde. And she's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But then what I started to realize is that the shadow period has the same imprint as the retrograde. So if you're in the shadow period and you're trying to get everything done before the retrograde, yeah, maybe you'll have a little bit more energy towards that, but it's still the same imprint. So if you try to play the game of thinking that the shadow period is not holding the same energies as the retrograde, you're definitely going to learn that lesson. So I can just tell you about that, and then you don't have to learn the lesson the hard way. So once it's October 7th, we will be going inward and backward. We will become the earthworm, going over and over and over and over soil to make it very fine for new creations. But any boats that we try to set afloat from October 7th on are going to come bubbling right back to us. All right. So this is your time to make things happen. So this idea of having blessed success, we can start to see the layers building. We talked about the layers of the Virgo aspects, the trines, all settling in our house of our outward expression or our outward success. The 10th house is the house of our material success. And so all of the planets that I told you about and the new moon there are layers of blessed success that we can have at this time. All of the energy of the Libra placements that are bringing network, improvements to us, are bringing or widening our scope of friendships and social circles. Our chance for success is going to be blessed by those points. Now that Mars is here in the 7th house, we are going to make more contacts and be more rigorously involved with people that can bless our success as well. And if we want to set our boats afloat for the long-term success, then use the window September 12th through October 7th. And, as you get towards the October 7th, it's still good dates, but, the energy starts to turn as you get closer to there. So the more you can, and you'll feel it too, ambitions may wane, Caps tend to be very ambitious, and you may feel your ambitions wane. Once I started understanding this, I used to get really, stressed and be like, what is wrong with me? Why am I, not going a million miles a minute? Then I realized that the universe wants us to rest, wants us to take a break, wants us to rest on our laurels a bit, and wants us to have the opposite energy of whatever it is we were having. So if you have been out of work or unemployed or uninspired, and then the retrograde hits, it's possible it could reverse it for you, where all of a sudden everything starts happening. But if you are gung ho about stuff, you're probably going to have things turn around, and it's just a good thing to know. But either way, Mars is there to bless our success as well, bringing intuition and emotional connection to the layers of success that we're building for our story. And success is a personal, subjective definition. And that may be something that you're doing during this time, is redefining your personal definition of success, because there's the general definition of success. Certain people have the white picket fence, the whatever. But then there's your definition of success. And this month, you have blessings to help with any of them, okay? And a lot of relationship blessings. And the relationships can bless your success even more. Okay, so Jupiter is also, since May 2024 through June 2025, expanding our house of Virgo, which is the house of, daily work. The difference between the house of Capricorn, that's like our job, employment, but the sixth house of Virgo is like the space in which we do our work, and can also relate to jobs and employment as well. So you may notice that your job situation is in a flux. You may be building with information or education to do something different in the future, or to bring more boom to what you're already doing. So this is kind of like a quiet, working in the backdrop storyline that's long term, that is part of this picture, that can bless your future success, because whatever you're studying now, you're very likely pretty excited about it. And if you haven't found that thing yet, you may find it at this time. This can also really bless your health. And this is another reason why I'm bringing this back around, because Cappies are very prone to joint and basically, musculoskeletal issues from carrying the weight of everybody energetically on us. This we have this. So you might need to pay attention to mineralizing properly. I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just speaking to the fact that Cappies tend to have these troubles, and proper mineralization, you can look up what that means and, get that sorted out. But proper mineralization might be a quest of the Virgo transits that could bless your health success, the quest of this Jupiter transit that wants to seek to expand your health success. And if you're not meditating yet, there is a resource that I'd like to suggest. Is called EOC Institute. It's a nonprofit. They have not very many things that they sell, because they really just want people to meditate. There's one product, there might be more at this point, but it basically, they have blogs that can explain just the depth through which we experience meditation as a very good thing, how it weaves its tendrils into every area of our lives. And so this might be the time that you commit to meditation. So that's just something to mention, because it can completely change your life and help you be more successful, to bring more blessings to your success. Okay, so the last big piece here we have to talk about has to do with the eclipse cycle that is starting now. Pisces, Virgo, starting here in September. We may have started to feel those waves coming, July, August, very strong now. Whatever's happening now, these storylines are going to carry into 2027. So this is a big deal. If you think back to 2015 through the first half of 2017, that was the last time we had this cycle. And then if you think back to 2006, 2007, first half of 2008, that was the time before that we had a Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle. Not to say that all the things that happened then are going to happen now. Hopefully you've learned, hopefully you've grown, hopefully you've figured some things out and cleared some karma, so that you can have different outcomes. But you will see a lot of the same types of themes come up then that are coming up, that will be coming up now. And a lot of that's going to be centered around chaos versus organization, Pisces versus Virgo, the lesser seen realms and intuition versus the mundane, clear, visible, obvious material reality. And specifically for Capricorns, this is for in the third and ninth houses. So this is very much about education. So I was talking about Jupiter expanding your education. This eclipse cycle is also adding to that. So you might be getting involved in some really long-term programs or a long-term new direction for your education that will be your future employment or your future passion projects. And that would be very well suited. So if you think back to teaching and learning, in 2015 through 2017, think back to teaching and learning in 2006 through 2008, think back also to writing and editing projects, speaking projects, things like that, or international business or travel, immigration, things like that. This could also have to do with spiritual groups, churches, and things like that as well. So on September 17th, the lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Pisces is going to happen in our third house. Be extra, extra, extra careful driving, okay? Eclipses in the house of mobility sometimes can, just make more energy around incidents and accidents. So do your special prayer blessings and take extra care. And if you are texting while driving or walking or biking, please don't. I would love for you to just stop it altogether. But during the time that this is most active, I've had many a person tell me that I saved their life by pointing this out, that they were about to cross the street and they were texting and then they heard my words and then they stopped and then a car would have hit them. So I'm just bringing your awareness. I definitely don't want to scare you. None of this is about fear. This is about awareness and how we can protect ourselves and have better outcomes and easier lessons when we stay connected to the energetic stories that are happening. So right now, there wants to be a new ending to a way that you're being mobile or lack thereof. If you've had issues with your mobility, this eclipse could eclipse that out and you could get your mobility back, either physically through your health and your wellness or through a vehicle. This can also mean that you sell a vehicle and you get a new one, or you trade a vehicle in and now you're on public transport, or something significant's happening in your house of communication and transportation and the devices and modalities that go along with that. This can be symbolic or this can be material. It can be material in the way that it is, you get a new computer finally, or it can be symbolic in the way that a way that you were communicating with people before that wasn't working, you could work on that and it could become a way that works. So you can refine your communication to get more of what you want and help others that you care about get more of what they want as well. So it's a very big deal. Now this eclipse is also, and this is again back to the blessed success, this is giving us opportunities to win at our relationships, to win in our line of work if communication is a key. It's giving us a chance to win with being on track with studying something that feels like it's part of our dharma, our highest expression this lifetime. And eclipses are very much like that. They are the energy of clearing out old neural pathways that are not working, and maybe we've had in past lifetimes, if you believe in that, or that our genealogy or ancestors had that we've carried forward through predispositions genetically. This is a time to make new neural pathways and a time to make the things that were calling to you the new things, and the unfamiliar but interesting the new norm. So, it takes a little bit of bravery, but the universe tends to bring non-negotiable changes at eclipse time. But on the idea of being blessed, our blessed success, this is in a nice angle for Caps. Okay, so 25 degrees of Pisces. So we'll say between 20 degrees and the end of the sign, and the closer you are to 25 degrees. So that's basically going to be like the 17th, the days closest to the 17th, 18th, the more you're going to get the exact sweet angle from this. But if you're, say, like the 12th through the rest of the sign, this may play a more prominent, obvious role for you. For the rest of you, it still could be very prominent and obvious, but sometimes it could be more symbolic or undercover unless you have key points, either your Capricorn point or something else in your chart that's connecting in with those degrees. Okay, so everybody has a chance to have massive change or to proactively use this for change. But those of you who are in that zone, like the 20 to 29 degrees, the closer to 25 degrees, January 12th through the rest of the sign, the closer to around the 17th, 18th, 19th, the more you may notice that. Okay, so here's the review of the things that we looked at so you can have the visual. Talked about all of this Virgo energy. Mercury will get there, Vesta, the Sun, Estrella, highlighting your 9th house of Sagittarius, expansion, optimism, solutions, expanded viewpoints, the vision of Sag with the detail orientedness of Virgo being extra important, the dates September 12th through October 7th. If you've got to do something big for your business or big to help with success in any area, this is going to be a very strong window for you because we will slide into retrograde after that and be in it for a very long time. Then as the planets move, the Sun, Mercury will get there, joining Venus, Black Lilith, transiting South Node, Juno in Libra, which will highlight Capricorn's 10th house of work, career, money, and employment, bringing lots of energy and potential there. This will be a square, so there may be some things to crack through, but it could be the exact kind of energy that some hard work could bring the fruition you want with some things. Then the 9th and 3rd house are what's being highlighted for the Pisces Virgo eclipse cycle, not only now, but through 2027. This is the first in the eclipse series there. So this shuffling around, this is your mobility sector, driving, walking, physical mobility, devices, communication, and your way of communicating. So a lot of reshuffling and shuffling around between the 3rd and 9th houses happening there. We've got Mars about to go into Cancer and make very, very, very big motivations for things in your relationship space. And Jupiter is here in the 6th house until June 2025, expanding your work, maybe bringing more freedom to your workspace, maybe making you busier, but then you have the freedom of the extra money. Jupiter is all about freedom. It's the ruler of Sag, and it's making its 1-year journey through the 6th house. This can have to do with pets and animals. This can have to do with your health and wellness, and this can have to do with, hopefully, shifting stress patterns and being healthier and enjoying your life more. That freedom aspect of Jupiter will be happening, so it either will be giving you more freedom because of more money or more freedom because of more time, or both. The eclipse is on September 17th here in the 3rd house at 25 degrees of Pisces. So the topics of blessed success come in many different packages. All of this Libra energy in the 10th house can bring that success to work. The Mars energy in the 7th can bring the success to relationships. Jupiter and the Virgo transits can bring the success to health and your daily experience. All the Virgo transits can bring success to your 9th house endeavors of different countries, different cultures, different languages, writing, publishing, speaking. So hopefully all of these energetic potentials will lead to your blessed success. Okay, so I've given you a lot of dates and a lot of information to help you make the most of September 2024 and the time beyond. But if you want even more information on how you can make the stars work for you, go to anniehelpsyou.com and put your name and email address in here. You will get my sweet and salty aspect dates and details report, as well as a monthly written astrology review delivered right into your inbox. You'll get my 28-day virtual coaching program, absolutely free. You get my relax and unwind and let go, train your brain subliminal to help you stay calm during tough astrological transits. I have mini astrology lessons, and I have a new addition, which is my health tips for each zodiac sign. And that is in celebration of the Virgo season this month. that I'm adding that. And you get my eclipse resource page, which will help you to most easily find all of the eclipse related reports that I have for your sign. So if you scroll down on this same page at anniehelpsyou.com, this is what you will see. 3 choices here. Hopefully you've already joined the free VIP community. If you, oh, and by the way, my free VIP community gets early access to my public horoscopes. Now, if you want to get even earlier access, you can go to my Secret Star portal, click on the upgrade button there, plus all kinds of goodies there. And if you want to learn astrology with me in a more organized and comprehensive stepwise course, go click on Up Level here, and you can see my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery course. And I can teach you everything you need to know to be an astrologer, to help your friends and family and yourself, or to do it professionally and to earn money from your love of the stars. Also, for the rest of August, I have a double blue moon promo where you get $1,100 worth of free courses when you enroll in my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Certification course. If you are coming to my course registration page and it's after the time of the public promo, if you email me at contactannieb@proton.me and let me know that you heard this in this report and that you just missed the promo, then I will still honor it for you if you enroll in that time frame where this September horoscope is relevant. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.